What's up guys, welcome to another speed build. I hope you're all having a wonderful day and happy Friday to all of you. I hope you had a great time exploring the brand new pack yesterday, and if you have not gotten a chance to play it, I hope you have a great time playing it this weekend if you are planning to. I unfortunately was only able to play it for a little bit yesterday, long enough to be able to build this house for you guys. I have a single dad and his daughter here, and these are actually my Sims I am going to explore the pack with, and I wanted to build them a house, so I figured it was the perfect opportunity to build a single dad raising his daughter starter home slash starter cabin question mark, since this is more of like a cabin to match the world of Gibbi Point. I believe that's the world. I haven't done my research like I should have, but I'm pretty sure it's Gibbi Point. I'm about 99.9% sure, and this is the lot that is in the main neighborhood. You can see the name of it in the top left corner. It's called Fletcher's Cottage. And it is right next to Camp Gibbi Gibbi, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not Camp Gibbi Gibbi, then it's some big pre-made lot, but I am guessing it's Camp Gibbi Gibbi. And I cannot wait to explore what Camp Gibbi Gibbi has to offer. So the dad here, he is actually a counselor over at Camp Gibbi Gibbi, and his daughter is of course one of the campers, and they both share a love for Camp Gibbi Gibbi. The dad actually went there growing up himself, and he cannot be more excited to finally be a counselor. He dreamt of this moment as a kid. He always used to watch the counselors as they would be like telling the kids what to do, and he's like, I can't wait until that's me. And of course, seeing his daughter be able to experience it and have fun and fall in love with it just like he did as a kid, it is just beyond amazing for him. It's everything he has dreamt of ever since becoming a dad. So we are already focusing on the floor plan of our build, and I just want to take a moment to talk about the fact that this is a starter home, and so it is not super decorated on the inside like a lot of my other builds are. I mean, it turned out relatively good at the end of the day, but it could have been better. I cannot wait to actually do a full-fledged build. I really want to do one of the like recreational builds where you pretty much create like a game challenge for the Sims and they have to run courses and stuff. That just sounds so fun, and I really want to take some time this weekend to try that out. I don't know how good I'm gonna be at it, if we're being totally honest, and all of the good ideas have been taken already by the people who get early access, the whatever they call those now. It used to be EA Game Changers, but the network creators, they have taken all the good ideas. I was going to do Big Brother, but I seen someone already did that, so I'm probably just going to do something random, kind of willy-nilly, if you should say. I mean, just anything and everything that I feel like I need to include in that, I'm going to include. I really want to play the actual game first so I get used to like how the pack works and what I could really do with the new items. I think that would probably be the best place to start instead of just diving into a build like I did here. But I figured a starter home is like safe territory. There's not really anything you can mess up here with a starter home. I do have to say though, although we do have limited furniture on the inside, I was able to include a kayak in the front, and I also was able to include a couple of archery posts for the father and the daughter to practice their archery skills together. So I thought that was like a really cute touch, and I added at the very last moment. I almost didn't, but there was a huge patch of grass that I really didn't want to leave blank. If you're a returning viewer, you know how I feel about blank spaces. There's a lot of blank spaces here because it is a starter home, and I wanted it to feel, you know, kind of cabinish, so there's lots of trees around and bushes and stuff, not a lot of flowers. I tried to stick with the vibe of single dad and not overdo the decorations either, so that kind of made it easier to make it a starter home, if that makes sense. I also included a set of monkey bars. That really honestly was not even needed. We had literally a playground right across the street that is pre-made and ready to go in the neighborhood. Like, there's not even a loading screen behind it, right in front of this lot. And so it really wasn't needed, but I really liked the way it looked, and so I included it. But if you download this starter home and you want that 900 or 700 simoleons that it costs, totally delete the monkey bar set. You don't need it. There's a free one across the street, and the child would probably like that one better anyway. So I really just wanted it there to make it look better in the screenshots at the end of the day. So I do have to point out, I've already noticed it, this video is all over the place. I was pretty much finding certain items in the catalog from the new pack, and before I forget about it, because it's new, I'm going to forget that it exists, I just place it where I'm going to want it to be. And so you will see me kind of go back and forth between rooms and from the outside to the inside. Not really so much of that, but mainly the rooms, like from the living room to the child's room to the bedroom, back to the living room. You'll see me do that quite often, to be honest. And I mean, at this point, I am putting the curtains in the rooms, and I do have to say, I don't love these curtains. I really like the style. I mean, like, I like the fact that they're vertical fabric curtains and they have like a wood trim at the top. I really don't even like the trim, to be honest. I guess I just don't really like the curtains. And I didn't find any sort of like wood to go between the curtains like some of the windows have, like how the rod will continue. I guess this is how the rod will stay. Two different separate parts, so you could never close the curtains. I don't know. And honestly, the print I don't love either. The cutest one is the one that I have in the child's room, and it matches her bedspread perfectly. So I thought that was cute, but the ones in the living room, guys, I could not decide for the life of me the swatch I wanted to do in the living room. Keep in mind that this is a single dad's house, so I figured it kind of made sense to not match 100%, and so the rug that I have in there and the curtains, they don't match. the curtains has a little bit of blue and the rug is blue, so that's as matchy as it gets, but I felt like that made a lot of sense, so I ended up keeping it that way, and it was really honestly the best matching thing I could find. I was trying to keep the blue vibe anyways because the windows are blue. Both of my Sims, their favorite colors are blue, so I was trying to stay true to the blue theme we have. And now that I'm looking, I totally use the exact same swatch in the dining room and the living room. Just ignore it. Don't even look at it. You probably didn't even notice until I pointed it out, so just ignore it. But now that's going to aggravate me so much, so when I actually do go and play this game, I'm probably going to either delete one of the rugs or definitely change the swatch because my eyes just get drawn to that for some reason. So one of the things they added in this pack is this like Atari looking retro video game system, and I absolutely love that. Now that is before my time, don't get me wrong. I want to say that is from the 80s, and so that is my parents' time, okay? That is like way before my time. I never even played Atari. I barely played the first Nintendo, like the big gray Nintendo that came out. I honestly was like 3 before I played that. I don't know, about 3, maybe like 5 before I played that, and it was old then. Like I already had the Nintendo 64 at that point. That was the thing when I was a kid, was the Nintendo 64. And then of course the PS1 came out, PS2, Xbox 360. It went from there. It definitely went from there. And so, yeah. Never in my life played Atari, but I do remember my parents talking about it. I guess my dad used to like it back in the day, but he's really not a gamer anymore. But that's another story. I just really love the fact that they added a retro gaming system for some reason, even though it's technically not new. We've had game systems in the game before, so I mean, we have a base game one now if you did that quest, and it originally came with City Living, so it's been a while. But we have a retro one. We've never had a retro one, so that's pretty cool. And you know I had to place that as a gamer myself. I wouldn't be a complete gamer if I didn't place it in my starter home. I don't know. I just felt like it was necessary. And then, of course, I had to have a TV. And the only TV I could afford was those little, like, dinosaur TV that you have to, like, squint to see because it's so far away. But it does the job at the end of the day. This is like an outdoor nature-ish pack. You're not going to be inside a whole lot anyways. But to stay on the subject of the old school video game, this whole pack, for some reason, gives like nostalgic vibes. I don't know what it is. Like the music it was playing when I was like making my Sims and building this house, the couple of new songs it has, I don't know why it reminded me of The Sims 2 Free Time. Maybe, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that Free Time was the last pack from The Sims 2, and it's being speculated that this could be the last for The Sims 4. That's kind of sad to me, to be honest. That's sad to even think about, but I don't know, like, but it definitely gives nostalgic vibes for sure. Maybe it's just the fact that it's like a summer camp for kids, and I, for one, I went to summer camp. I was forced to. It wasn't like an overnight one. I did that with Girl Scouts, but it was kind of different at that point. But I did like a daytime summer camp, and so just summer camps in general, they definitely give nostalgic vibes, and I am so excited to explore more from this pack, especially all of the things that your child Sims can do now. That is just so exciting. The child Sims have been neglected for so long now, and they finally have some stuff to do. So we are already more than halfway done with the video for today. It's a quick one, but honestly, it was kind of needed. I am waiting on the Starlink internet guy to get here, and he's supposed to get here sometime this morning. So honestly, this being short but sweet is very convenient for me to be able to get this out for you guys, but still be able to get the internet done, because I don't want to be doing my voiceover when the internet guy is here. How awkward is that? He'll be like, why are you talking to your screen? I feel like it's kind of normal now, people talking to screens, so I feel like it's not as questioned as it would have been like 30, 40 years ago, but still awkward. But we're done with the inside, guys, and we are focusing on the outside. I am doing the landscaping. I almost made this fence go all the way around the property, but I think I liked the way it looked like this better. I really, honestly, most of the time I like it in the front of the property, so I was surprised when I didn't like it this time around, but it definitely looked better, in my opinion, on the side. I came across these, like, paper crafted butterflies, and I thought we had a whole lot more. I think they accidentally put some in base game, unless that is a base game thing now. I found it in the debug catalog for base game, but I found this really pretty purple one in the Adventure Awaits debug catalog, and I almost placed it on the kids' wall because it's free. So a free decoration, like, why not? But that's the only one I could find, and I didn't want to just place a whole bunch of the same kind. I wanted to place a whole bunch of like different colored ones, but unfortunately I didn't get that option. Unless I just didn't look hard enough. I mean, that could have been the case too. So I almost decided to put some of those like wild grown flowers around to give this build a little bit of color, because I do love some color, especially with flowers and landscaping and stuff in The Sims, but I really wanted to keep the single dad vibes, and I just felt like it took away from the single dad vibes, and so I replaced those wild flowers with some just green old bushes, and I called it a day. In the front, I do add a second bush because I thought it looked better, and I did that off camera after I was recording, and I was like taking screenshots of the house and stuff like that. I decided to go ahead and add a second bush right there in front of that tree that's on the left side just because it added more dimension. I felt like something was missing there. And I think I did have wildflowers there, and I was going to replace it with a bush, but I obviously forgot to do that. One more thing I have noticed, I went back and edited some of this voiceover, and I have noticed some sort of like background noise, and I don't know exactly what it is. It could be from my mic. Listen, you guys might be tired of hearing about this dang mic. I'm tired of talking about it. I really need to get a new one. I have been told by some of you that it doesn't sound bad, so I mean that's good, but I feel like now I'm hearing things. So I don't know if that's a me problem or if that's a mic problem, so I guess I'll find out. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know if you hear some sort of like background like banging or tapping or something, I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I am doing my research on a good mic, and I'm going to invest in a good one this time and not, try to go the cheap way. So you get what you pay for most of the time. But we are finally adding the last minute touches, and instead of the archery posts, before I came across those, I almost was going to put this like fire pit, and it has this like grill thing you can put on top of it. And honestly, I love the thought of that. I love the idea of that, but honestly, it didn't look as good as the archery posts did. So I kind of chose what looked better over what was more functional. I feel like the dad and daughter, it was super cute placing like 2 chairs by this fireplace, and it was like for the father and the daughter, and yeah, super cute idea, but it didn't look so cute just sitting there in the middle of the yard. So the archery post, honestly, that's super cute too. That's like a father-daughter thing right there. They both love to do that. There's a kayak right there. Can kids and adults fit in the kayak together? I do not know yet. Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. If you played this already, can the kids and the adults be in the same kayak, or do they need separate kayaks, or can kids not kayak? I think I've seen that kids can, so that's good. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've ever seen 2 Sims in the same kayak. So there's one to share. There's one kayak. And then maybe they could rent one for the daughter or something, and that's like dad's that he's had forever. I also found these posts with like directional signs on it from the debug catalog. I thought they were kind of cute, so I added them in both corners, one in the front and one in the back. And well, one corner in the front and one corner in the back. I don't think I said that correctly the first time, but I thought it was a super cute touch. And something else that I love is that there is actually like screened in windows. So I did a screened in porch, and there's also a screened in door. So I love that. I love that they added that. I didn't even know until I got in the game to start building. And I built a couple different things. I started a couple different things, should I say, and never finished it. I finished this one obviously, but I was really trying to make that screen and porch work. At first I was going to put in the front, that it didn't look too well, but it looks really good in the back. I really love it. It really gives the cabin feel. So definitely will see myself using that a lot in the future. And well, we are officially at the end of the video, guys. It definitely was short and sweet, but like I said earlier, it was so convenient for me today. It was definitely needed, so I can get this internet issue taken care of finally. Before I go, I would like to take a brief second to invite you guys to leave a like on this video if you did find it enjoyable, and also subscribe if you have not already, and also share it with your friends if they are simmers just like you and I. I would appreciate it so much, and I believe they would as well. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. Have so much fun exploring this new pack if you are planning to, and stay safe. Bye guys!